Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Tuesday Night Live podcast from the range with your host, John G. Johnson. Got one of our beta testers up there. I apologize. 1 second here. Get that off screen and go full screen on me. There we go. There I am. I got this thing figured out. A couple years, I'll figure it all out. Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Hope you're doing well. Tonight is a good night for us. We have a lot of different stuff we're going to talk about this evening. But first of all, we are going to cover some Q&As that came in last week from some of our comments happening on our YouTube channel. And I want to answer those each week. I'm here to motivate, educate, and entertain. And I want to give you that stuff as much as possible. We are going to talk a lot about this week about the beta group, how it went. And we just finished it. Last night was our last night at the beta group, and we had a good turnout. If you don't know what I'm talking about, we put together a group of people to help me build a course in regards to mastering your firearm in 4 weeks. And we put these guys through the ringer, and they stood up and did everything. So this is going to be a great opportunity for you guys to hear about the new class we got coming up on the 31st. And it is the beginning of our journey with support throughout the country. Because in the beta group, this is what it is here if you want to see it, guys. We were coast to coast. There was no questions asked. So we actually had a Washington State guy, and we had a Boston, Massachusetts. So they were all there, and we were able to work with them each week. We gave them targets and everything else like that. And we'll explain it to you because I've got a special deal for you guys that are on here tonight. If you want to get into this program with us, we have a special price for you. Just stay tuned to the end, and I'm going to give you the deal. It's been really, really good. I was concerned about logistics. Firearms training is normally not done on the internet, but one of the students kind of educated me and said, yeah, it's done every day. People watch YouTube every day, but you're just giving us better feedback. You're being able to get us in and tell us what we're doing wrong and everything else like that. So that's kind of a cool feature for us. So I have some video reviews of the masterclass for you guys to take a look at as well as we go through everything. But we do have the masterclass coming up at the end of the month, 31st. It's Monday night. All you need is the willingness to learn, and you'll be able to get what you need. So let me get to my phone here real quick and get the question of the week. Very first one, it says, does shooting indicate weak left hand? Shooting low. It says, does shooting low and left indicate a weak left hand? Actually, no. In my opinion, Dennis Block 9127, it indicates that you are pulling the trigger, not pressing the trigger, and you've got the gun over your nose and out over your dominant eye. In my YouTube channel, there is a video called Why Do I Shoot Low and Left? And it explains the phenomenon as best as I can in video form. And we do have those ebooks, guys. Don't forget about those ebooks. If you want one of our ebooks, they're on our description down below. All you do is put one of those in the cart, put free book at checkout, and it's yours for free. Now, those books themselves are on sale for $2.99 from regular $3.99. So it's a whole dollar off. If you want to put more in the cart, you will not hurt my feelings one bit at all. And it does go to support my family and myself. I think all 5 books are just over $12, and they are worth every penny. Worth every penny. Got a good group on here already this evening, 10 on you. So if you can comment, let me know where you're from. If the first time you've ever been on this live, uh, please comment. Let me know where you are from and where you are at. We would appreciate it very much if you could comment below. So I have one more question that I covered on my Facebook, on my YouTube channel. Hang on, let me look here real quick. And I believe I put that in I sent that to me. Oh, there it is. Screenshot. There we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, this is from Julius Gray from 4 days ago. Julius is 70 years old. Congratulations, Julius. I'm still shooting. I'm very proud of you, buddy. How do I hold a firearm steadier? Is it a breath? Is it breath or lack of arm strength? I'm 70 years old and an old jarhead. I'm still very accurate with my rifle. Thank you very much. Well, I can give you, if you're talking about a pistol, my friend, it's driving with your chest muscles. The more you drive with your chest muscles, the more accurate you'll be with that pistol. Too many people try to hold the gun with their hands, Julius, and I want you to kind of position yourself, put your hands together out in front of you, close your hands together, and feel those pecs fire. When those pecs fire, that's going to allow you to control that weapon through the recoil management. It's the best thing I can give you. Give me a comment back. Let me know if you tried this and it worked for you. I would want really to know. Thank you, Julius. Thank you, everybody. Guys, if you have a question, each week we cover these. We actually physically have let's see if I can put this up here. There it is. This is the week's question little slide, and there's speakpipe.com. This is a way for you to do an audio of yourself asking a question, like the old time answering machines. And all you do is put speakpipe.com/John the Firearms Instructor, and you can put your question in there, and we will host it for the following week. And it could be anything besides the lottery numbers. I don't know those. And I don't know what women want. So don't ask me that either. I've been married for 30 years. So beyond that, I'll answer your question. Speakpipe.com, speakpipe.com/John the Firearms Instructor. Or you could do what you do here and just go ahead and put it on YouTube. And I try to pick a couple each week and host them. If you really want it hosted, go ahead and comment host when you make a comment on YouTube, and we'll try to help you with that. All right. So let's look at the comments real quick while we got it going here. Okay. Testron. Yeah. Gavin, American, Native American. Hi, John and family. Thank you. And Frank Perez. Thank you, buddy. Thank you. You guys are awesome. You guys are awesome. All right, so we will check back and forth on the comments. I'm going to stop the presentation to go through comments, but afterwards I will stay and answer any Q&As you have or any of the questions you have about the presentation. Tonight's presentation is about the masterclass. What I decided to do was I was getting so many questions and so many comments about accuracy. How can I stop from shooting low and left? How can I do this? Why is my bullet always impacting low? And all this stuff. And I put those ebooks together. You guys don't, I've already mentioned it to you. But those ebooks all about grip, all about stance, all about trigger control, all about sight picture. And they were super popular, and they still are. They're selling like crazy. And I really, really humbly say thank you very much. I never thought I'd be an author writing books. They're ebooks. I understand. It's not a true masterpiece, but in my eyes, they are. And you guys really love them and support them, and we appreciate them. So as we started working through this thing, I actually had the ability to do a couple of online classes for students not local. One was in Ohio, and I worked through some of his targets, and was able to help him become more proficient. And bingo, it kind of hit me, right? Because we already do online classes for concealed, and we already do online classes for non-resident concealed. So I had the ability to do all this stuff in front of you. I just didn't have ability. I didn't think I was able to put it together the way I did. Well, so I decided to put together a course, and it was how it says master your handgun in 4 weeks. And it's a little clickbaity, I understand that. But you have to put enough work into this as much as I do to get yourself in a position where you can master your firearm. And where the most challenges are in students is where to identify the problems and fix them. And every student has a little bit of different problems and a little bit of different challenges they run into. So when we put this together, we put a PowerPoint presentation for you guys tonight for you to watch what we do here. But during the middle of this, I'm kind of explaining to you why we put this together. Then I decided, you know what? I'm going to test this product and see how it went. So we actually had some local guys here that did it with us, and we had some people all over the United States. Now we went this beta group was coast to coast. We had a Washington State, and we had Boston, Massachusetts, and all states in between. And we had different ages of people. We had my guy out at Washington was probably the youngest, when 27 years old, and then the oldest is probably in the high 70s. I think Dale was in his high 70s, and each one of these guys brought something to the class that was representing of students, And we actually had a young lady too. Her name was Teresa, and we had a very good group. We had 15 people sign up for the beta group. That was 4 weeks of working with me, working on the fundamentals, getting their grip, getting their foundation done, and at the end of it, seeing their beginning target and their end target. Everyone was super excited in regards to their evaluations as they went through. So not only these guys get the 4 weeks with me, they got 4 conference calls with me for looking over their actual targets to help them identify what their problem is. This is the challenge of most students. They keep shooting at the same damn thing and not adjusting, not knowing how to adjust. And we were able to educate them and tell them what's causing this to happen, and we could see it on their targets. It was kind of a fun evening. I just want to go over a couple of targets just to kind of give you an idea. Let me see if I can flip these targets up real quick, kind of split us into a little bit of a, there we go. So I'm just kind of showing you these when you start working on the accuracy thing that these guys, this is the last week. What we worked on a lot of stuff is trying to get them to understand the fundamentals. Most of these shooters were newer shooters, haven't shot in a long time. And this is the same thing we're going to offer you guys. The Facebook group that we have, all these targets that you see here are downloadable targets. The very first target we give the students on the very first week is the base drill, this base target here. And we put these out at a distance and to make sure the students, where their accuracy at. So we put this out at 3 yards. We put 25 rounds downrange. And then when we do that, the next time we put another one up, put 25s. And if you look at the counts these guys are doing, this is one of my students, Jeff. And Jeff himself is less than 3 months of shooting. Less than 3 months of shooting. Now, he bought a nice pistol. He bought an equalizer, which doesn't have a real heavy trigger. This was one of Jeff's final targets for his challenge. I wish I had, and I know I was stupid, but I threw away Jeff's first target. And Jeff was always low and left, if you think about this. Jeff was a low lefter. A lot of people are. Look where Jeff is now. He's in the target. He's getting a little left to the side here. But I want to show you something here because this is a 25 round target hit for Jeff. His very first magazine, because we do 5 rounds at a time here, guys. Frank, it's 21 foot self defense. 21 foot for self defense. Four. Frank asked, "What distance should I practice at self defense ranges?" 21 and in is that's the distance. His first shot, he missed four, and then look what he did the next 5 rounds. He missed none. Second 5 rounds, he missed none. Third round, 5 rounds, he missed none, and he missed two at the end. So pretty impressive to think about a guy that went from not shooting much at all to now he is, very accurate with a pistol. Here's the confidence thing, right? There's a big confidence boost when you're able to shoot a pistol and know where you're aiming is what the bullet's going to impact. And majority people can't do that to themselves. And this was done. Obviously, Jeff was just a member here. Jeff's been working with me. We've been working on Jeff's fundamentals and doing everything. But we had the same student, the guy out in Washington State, where he knocked the socks off, man. And he was not only was he shooting his 365 really well, but he's shooting his Glock really well, and he's shooting his 320 really well, and he's putting it all together. And it just was what we look for each student to have is that aha moment. And every student had the aha moment. And it was pretty impressive, if I can't say so myself, that we were able to put these guys in a position of accuracy. So let me move this camera off. Oh, back into me. Let's start the PowerPoint presentation. There's a couple slides here we want to go through, and I'll show you a couple of the video reviews as well. Keep this comes up. 1 second here. Let me move him. I apologize about that, guys. Gotta get him off. Oh. Off. Off. Go here. And then go back up to. All right, there we go. I'll figure this out one day. All right, so this is your master class. Master your handgun in 4 weeks. People, I don't want you to think this is clickbaity, but the idea of it is we're going to give you everything you need to know to become proficient with a pistol. We're going to work on grip and stance and trigger control and sight picture and sight alignment. And we work with every student, whether we worked through the phone or whether we worked here and locally in the store. They all did the same. What we kind of give the concept is we give you a drill, we give you a target, we give you a video to watch prior to. You get an ebook slash workbook for the class that's going to give you chapter 1, chapter 2, or week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, and you need to just follow the book along, and it gives you. A lot of people tend to be able to read something and maybe follow it. Some people may be able to watch a video and do it, but when you're able to read it, watch it, and see it, and then repeat it, it's so much better for you. And not only that, at the end of it, you and I will work on your target and figure out what we're identifying wrong. Now, if you're a good videoer, you don't need to be an excellent videoer. But if you want to videotape yourself with your hands and stuff, that all helps me more to identify and diagnose what problems you're having. So let's go to the first screen. Why did we create the 4-week masterclass? It was due to the high volume of the ebooks. We were getting overwhelmed, and still every day are, with the comments about why am I doing this? What's happening? How do I become more accurate with a pistol? How do I fix my shooting mistakes? It was one of those things just hit me. I need to support these people, because if I every day I'm answering somewhere between 25 and 50 comments a day, and it's the same questions over and over again. Why do I shoot low and left? Why do I keep shooting low? What's wrong with my gun? There's nothing wrong with your gun. It's putting it all together. So I decided to put together a 4-week online program that could be put together for anybody in the United States that need to have the support and understand the system, the complete system to help a shooter finally build real accuracy. And this is going to be a step by step guidance with coaching, with video support, with ebooks, with targets, with all the availability to take you to the next level. And this is why we put the program together. Now, to make any program work, you it's been what I've been doing since 2014. I've been working with students, and everything has been fine tuned for individuals, people that I'm working hand in hand with. But I thought to myself, well, that's going to limit me. How can I put this program together for somebody? And I used my beta. I just kind of took a person, and I didn't know the person. I was just trying to think, who is this course for? What is this course going to do to solve the person's problem? What problem does this person have? And most of it is accuracy problems. And accuracy is a doable thing as long as you understand what causes the problems. Too much finger in the trigger, not enough finger in the trigger, too much grip on your dominant hand, less grip on your non dominant hand, understanding proper grip and proper stance and proper trigger control. All these things build to help you become more accurate with a pistol. So what we decided to do is we ran a beta group, and I went out and I sold it. And I said, listen, guys, I need you to help me. I need you guys to help me build this program where I can get it to the masses, because these guys all fell in love with this thing. They can work at your own speed. You ain't got to be at the range guessing and wasting ammo and doing all the stuff because you can't figure it out. You're going to have most of the stuff to get you accurate. You do at home by dry firing. And dry firing is going to help you. This is big dry firing testing drill thing we do here. It's going to support you so much. You're going to wonder why the hell I haven't been doing it for. So what did the beta group look like? It was 13 men and one woman. We had 15, but one guy dropped out. He missed out, be honest with you, because he made a decision the night he bought it, after he got his free ebook from me, that he knew everything that I was going to teach without even knowing anything about what I was going to teach. And I don't know if that was true, that he knew everything, or he just was not sure it was going to be for him. And I'm glad he got out, because it probably wouldn't have worked out for him anyways. But the 14 people and Miss Teresa, the only woman, and this is for any age, guys. Yeah, my age, guys, I had 27 to 75. I believe maybe he might be 77, but I put 25. I gave him a couple of, but we have guys that have shot a little bit, hadn't shot in 2 years. I got one of my guys that hadn't shot in 40 years. And it was one of those deals. They're shooting all kinds of pistols. They're shooting double action. They're shooting Glocks. They're shooting Smiths. They're shooting Rugers. They're shooting Tauruses. Doesn't matter which pistol it is. We didn't have too many revolver guys with us. Most of them were all semi-automatics. But these guys gave us real feedback from all levels to ensure the program helped any shooter build accuracy fast. And one of the challenges for most students is when they get out to the range and they start shooting low and left. They have no idea how to fix the stuff besides, if I'm shooting low and left, I'm going to aim high and right. And that's not what you want to do. You're doing something to impact the weapon, which is causing. So, what do you get in the masterclass? When your masterclass in 4 weeks overview, you get 4 weeks of accuracy training. You're going to build fundamentals like grip and stance and trigger control and sight picture and sight alignment. And we break these down into a science that you understand. We're going to review your targets. We're going to diagnose and fix the mistakes that are happening, which will increase your accuracy, build confidence. And at each week, we're going to have a live session in the beginning of the week. And then the following week, we will review your targets that you send back into me. And then we will do some feedback, whether it be through email or through one or two of the calls that we do with you. If I feel it's necessary for me to call the student to really discuss it, we will. If I feel it's something I can handle over the phone or my email, we'll do that. My job is to make sure that you guys are just like the other people that come into this, the beta group, the OGs, the one that got me where I need to be. Those guys have decided to stay on. I have access to them, and they are going to keep going with us. They're going to join us as we get further along. I'm giving them a little different training than you guys are, but the ones that sign up for this, you're going to be right there with us. The Facebook group is really strong right now, and you're getting access to me through the Facebook group. Personal, you're getting access through with me through any of these programs we put together. Why is this important? How about wasting ammo, repeating bad habits, not knowing why you're missing, no real feedback? We fix this week by week and review targets, video, and coaching. And you're getting this all for this system here. Wouldn't it be great to take your brother-in-law to the range and finally out shooting? You know, the guy doesn't train, he doesn't do anything, he goes to the range, and he outshoots you all the time. Would it be great to outshoot him once in a while? And maybe not even tell him you're taking a class or two. And this is the beauty of this. Most people in the economy that we are now, you cannot go to the range 4 or 5 times a week. It's just not cost effective. But every drill I give you guys, every working thing we do is all low round count drills. We teach right off the bat. The very first thing I do is everybody stop putting more than 5 rounds in the gun. Once you put 5 rounds in a pistol, at that point in time, you're going to use your drills that are all 5 rounds. And each week you get a target like I showed you guys, and you're able to go out and do the drill of the week. First week, what do we talk about? We talk about grip. We talk about stance. We talk about the mastery of it, how to hold, how the grip affects accuracy, how to build a strong, consistent stance. You get training videos showing you proper stance. You get grip demos that show you proper grip. You're going to get a weekly assignment. Most likely, first week, we work on a lot of trigger control, grip, stance, and then dry firing. We dry fire an awful lot, but you do get the first week, we get your base drill, and that is your 6-inch circle out at 3 to 5 yards, whichever distance you feel you're comfortable with, and you're going to put 50 rounds in this base drill. From there, that's going to give us our base. That's going to tell us what we're doing wrong with the pistol. If they're low and left or high and right or wherever the bullet's impacting, I can physically look at the target and almost tell you to the T what you're doing wrong with the pistol by doing it so long. The impact of the bullet tells me an awful lot. And if you can do a little bit of videotaping or a little bit of have a buddy videotape you, that tells me even more. I was always concerned that maybe we may be over people's head with the videos, but every one of you have a cell phone with you, and every one of you have the ability to go to $5 or more and pick up a cheap little tripod to put them up. The tripod is not about you making a YouTube channel. The tripod and video is for you to review to see any inaccuracies that you can see. What's causing you to have the problems? And a lot of people don't even understand. I think what we're going to do right now is I'm going to pull up uh, one of the videos to kind of give you a little bit of a Miss Teresa. Let's listen to her what she had to say about this class.
A bit about my experience.
Oh,
But first,
back up. Now you can go, Teresa. Now you can go.
hi, my name's Teresa. I just finished taking John's 4-week handgun mastery course, and I wanted to let you know a little bit about my experience. But first, I just want to say that John's an awesome guy. He's very easy to work with. He's down to earth, very friendly, and he really knows what he's talking about. Candidly, I didn't think I was going to be able to get much out of a very short 4-week web-based program, but there was so much information packed in the program, and taking the information and doing the homework and being able to go down to the range and shoot with John and work with him personally was very, very beneficial. The course helped me quickly identify 2 or 3 things that I thought I had been doing right, but I was not doing right, and then to just work on those things to help fix the problem. And of course, the more you practice, the better you get. So being able to go down to the range and do that is helpful. But John also provided us some targets, some specialized targets that we could work on dry firing, which was also helpful. So if you can take the course, I highly recommend it. He's a great guy. The group was great, and it was just an awesome experience. Thanks.
Thank you, Teresa. Appreciate that, honey. So you can see where Teresa had her experience. That was pretty well. Week one goes by very quickly. We try not to overburden you with a bunch of drills and a bunch of stuff. We try to work on one drill at a time. We try to give you some little bit of advice. We try to understand. The first week is about what the heck am I doing kind of deal. And then after the fact, then you start getting into the second week. In the second week itself, there's a lot more involved in that. We get a little bit deeper into the woods there, and we start working on trigger control equals accuracy. We're going to start doing a lot more dry firing. We're going to discuss where the trigger is when the finger's on the trigger. Not only are you going to get videos explaining what's causing some of the pulling of the trigger, but we're going to go through a lot of different stuff. Matter of fact, if I was to point out one thing, the most important thing to lay out is to get that trigger down to a mastery, because that really truly affects a lot of the accuracy problems that students have. You could physically have a crappy grip. You could not be standing properly, get a terrible stance. But if you're able to engage that trigger with a nice, clean, smooth, crisp, slow trigger engagement, you're still going to be pretty accurate. Take that reverse. If you had the proper grip and you had the proper stance and you got the gun directly over your eye and you still pull the crap out of that trigger, your accuracy is going to weigh on you. The cool thing about these weekly things we're doing, not only are you getting the actual lesson, you're getting the video lesson with it. So you got the ebook that's going to back it up. You've got your lesson that you get through your PowerPoint presentation every week. And then from there, you get the video of all the lesson stuff. When we talk about trigger control, you're going to get a video about trigger control. If we talk about dry firing in that week, you're going to get a video on the dry firing to show you exactly what you need to do. So there's no questions asked about, I didn't understand that. We keep these so simple, guys, that if you put your time in and work with the weapon and do what we ask you to do, you're bound to be accurate. It's going to be simple and easy for you. You can leave questions. We'll cover everything. Now, week 3 starts getting into how sight alignment and sight picture, and we're going to focus on front post drills, and we're going to work on that perfect sight picture. And again, you're getting the videos, you're getting the sight demos, you're getting the range time, you're getting all the stuff you need to go over and repeat it. It's pretty simple. Book, video, repeat. Book, video, repeat. And all of a sudden, now you're starting to figure this stuff out. One of the biggest challenges for students is to figure out what the heck where did that come from? And when you're able to lay out something and shoot and go by the end of it, say, ooh, that shot felt good or that shot felt bad. At that point in time, when you're identifying good shots, your accuracy begins to even get better and better and better. All right, 1 second here. Let's see what Larry had to say.
Start over and, work on the fundamentals, work your way.
Every time I do that.
Hey, John, I thoroughly enjoyed the Mastering Your Handgun class for the last 4 weeks. I believe the biggest benefit is the building blocks. You can go back and start over and, work on the fundamentals, work your way up to the current session, and definitely will help with accuracy. And as with any sport, sometime going back to the basics is a very good move. Thoroughly enjoyed it. Keep up the good work.
Thank you, Larry. Okay. All right, so week 3, we're going to cover the sight alignment and sight picture. And where this works in, we're going to do a lot more live firing this week. We're going to combine everything under live fire. We're going to spot and correct mistakes in real time. And we're going to have the video training, the live fire, target corrections. All that stuff's going to come in week 4. How do we get that stuff? Well, you got to go to the range. What do you have to do? How many weeks do you get? No. You're going to go to the range. We have our class Monday night at 7 p.m. Monday night at 7 p.m. We take our vote on that Monday night. People sign up. And once we figure out what day is going to be best for everybody, this beta group told me Monday nights was the best at 7 o'clock. It works for me too. And we go for an hour. We don't go 2 hours. We don't go hour and 50 minutes. We don't do any of that stuff. 1 hour. 1 hour. We cover what we need to talk about. That's where I come in and get back to you guys because I give you your target, which is on the Facebook group. You just download it from there. I give you what you have to do for the week, and I expect you to go to the range. You don't have to spend a ton of money at the range. Every drill I give you is 50-round drills, 5 shots at a time. Any shooting after the drill I'm telling you about, that's on you. But the more you spend at the range, working with a weapon and getting over, like shooting 200, 300 rounds, you're just building inaccuracy problems for yourself. So I would highly recommend during these 4 weeks, you just do the 50 rounds and you learn from it and do the dry firing. The dry firing is so important because it's going to give you a understanding the abilities of trigger travel and everything else like that to make you more accurate. All right. So what will you receive? You will receive 4 weekly group coaching calls. That's every Monday night at this point in time, every Monday night at 7 p.m. We will discuss the week's topic. We will discuss the week's target. We will discuss the week's drill. And we will discuss any issues you have. You guys will have the Facebook group, private Facebook group that I'm access to, and you could talk to me, send me stuff. You will receive personal target reviews. You will receive 2 one-on-one private coachings. You will receive a weekly homework assignment and drills and targets and everything you need to compete or complete the week's challenge. Each week, you'll receive maybe one, maybe four, maybe six training videos for that week, according to what it is. Like, big week would be like second week because there's a lot more videos in that than the first week. Uh, we will watch your guys' videos if you have them and progress them, and we will look through them and we will show you that. And then each one of you would be getting a free Master Your Handgun Fundamental Accuracy book workbook. Now, that book has not been released, it's only released to the beta group so far. We do not sell these yet, but we are giving them to you guys because not only now you get the chapters or the weeks laid out in chapters, you get the week one. And what's your week one? I'll tell you, read week one, read week two, read week three, read week four. And a lot of the guys said, yeah, they went back and read that thing 4 or 5 times. It's 60 pages. It isn't much, but it's enough to give you, like all of our ebooks. When I have the trigger ebook, I broke down trigger almost into a no-brainer. I broke how to press the trigger, how to, grip, proper grip. All my ebooks are laid out like that, that they are super, super easy to receive and consume. And you get your aha moments. So you know what aha moment is? That's the moment when you realize, oh, I just figured something out. And that's what we want. And at the range, when I'm working with students in the doors here, I say the same thing 4 or 5 different ways because each person consumes it a little bit different. That's why we got this in video form. We got this in workbook form, ebook. We've got this in video form, i.e., our YouTube channel and the special videos I'm doing for you guys. And then we have it in our Facebook group. All the stuff is being reopened for you over and over and over again to help you understand where the challenges are coming from and what's causing most. Right-handed student, right eye dominant, pretty easy. Left-handed student, left eye dominant, pretty easy, right? Right-handed, left eye dominant, left-handed, right eye dominant. There's where we starts having the little cross dominant eye situation. These are all things that we have to help you spell out because a lot of people don't know. They don't know what's caused. Shooting a pistol is not supposed to be complicated. You just put it out in front of you and you yank on that trigger. But when you want to be accurate with a pistol, when you have to be accurate with a pistol, because remember, defensively, you're responsible for your bullet that hits the ground. You want to be as confident as you can and know when I put that weapon out in front of me, I am not going to be shooting low and left. I am not going to be shooting high and right. I'm going to keep the weapon level and on sight at all times. It's kind of one of those things that once you get it, you just figure it out. It's an aha moment. And then at that point in time, it's so much easier for you. And just imagine how much more confidence you would have. This is Mark. See what Mark has to say.
Beta group, what do you think? I think it's an awesome experience. Had I not taken this class, I'd be going to the range and just making bad habits worse.
Would you recommend it?
Oh, 100% to anybody that's looking to get better and more accurate on using their firearm.
How do you think you did from week 1 to week 4?
Oh, I've been 300 times better than I was before.
Well, thank you, buddy. I appreciate you being here.
No, thank you, and thank you for all your help.
All right, bye-bye.
Okay, so what's the program's retail price? Now, what we do here is just to kind of give you an idea. When we do a class here, and it's not a special or anything else like that, my standard fee is $145. That's a one-on-one class with me and the student. And let's say the student decided that he was wanting more training with us. we discount the rest of the training classes to only $85. So when you take the 4 weeks together, and if they wanted the one-on-one calls, right, private coaching after that, and that ebook, you're looking at a total retail cost of this thing of being $510. And, we book out continuously on a regular basis all the time. We don't do a lot of the private coaching calls visually, but it is something that we've done in the past. That's why it's in our ability. But the idea mostly is that I just want to show you what kind of value if you paid retail for this. I want to give you one of my guys from Boston real quick to kind of give you his take on it.
Hi, how's it going? My name is Steffens. I actually just wanted to take a few seconds to speak about my firearms training with John G. Johnson. I have been in the 4-week masterclass with him to better help my accuracy, proficiency with a handgun. Best class I've ever taken. Most knowledge, simple, straight to the point. If you take the time and work out and put in the knowledge that he's giving you, get to the range and practice, I promise you'll be a better shooter. I'm living proof of that. As I'm in Boston, Massachusetts, and John is in Florida, physically I haven't had a chance to get down there and train with him. But the classes that we've been doing, the training with everyone else, and the beta group that he's provided right now, top tier stuff. If you are interested in a solid way to raise your proficiency in shooting, I highly recommend this. Thanks again, John. Looking forward to working with you.
Thank you, Stefan. That was awesome, buddy. So here's a special offer for you tonight. We're going to retail this thing out for $295, which is about 50% off. It's less than like 65% off. Early bird special is $149.99, and that's going to be full access, live coaching, the videos, the one-on-one help, the full starting package. You get everything you need. Tonight's super deal. Here's what I'm going to do for you guys that get on here this evening that want to sign up, or in the next 24 hours you want to sign up. So we're only taking 20 students to do this. We're going to help you build confidence. We are going to get real coaching for you guys. If you book tonight, you're going to get it all for $99. $99.99. We're limited to 20 students. I think 20 students in my own, I can handle the 20 students. 15 was easy for me. I got everybody called back every time. And this starts the weekend of the first Monday of the week. Let me tell you what that was. I kind of remember it. I think it was the 31st. The end of the month, 31st, right here. Boom. Master your handgun in 4 weeks, starting March 31st. Now, guys, this program is so great. It's put people in a position where they're becoming more accurate. I want to give you one last thing from David. Now, David's my guy out of Washington, and Dave has really been, he's the most accurate guy I've got. And here's David.
This is actually something legit. What's up, guys? My name is David Navarro. I am one of the beta testers from the state of Washington. I believe I'm the furthest student from John. And let me just say, I was super hesitant when I first took the class, or before actually entering into it. I didn't know if this was a scam or not, but let me best believe this is not a scam, man. This is actually something legit. I had a lot of fun in this class. I had some prior firearm training, but John really polished me up. He made my accuracy, my precision so much better. His teachings really did take my skills to the next level. and I'm sure he will show you some of my targets. This actually is very important class, and that I would recommend to anybody, despite distance. Many of us that are on the internet every single day, we're already getting training from different YouTubers and different forums out there, whether it be from Reddit or whatever, right? Asking for different drills and what's the perfect hand grip and everything else like that. The difference between that and this class is that this class, yes, it might be them online or whatever, but you are going to get it personalized to your targets. When you go to the range and you show John your target, he's going to tell you exactly what you did wrong and how. Believe me, it sounds almost like mystic. It almost is, really, but it really is something that has been incredibly helpful to my shooting life. I have a wife, I have a family, I need to protect them. I need to make sure that when I shoot from my finger, right, I shoot that trigger, that it is spot on and that I'm not going to hit anybody else. It is important to me, my safety, my defense, and this is what John is all about. John is to help you defend others, and this is why I recommend his class 100%. He is extremely friendly. He will work on your time, especially me when as I was coaching, he helped me. I highly recommend. I hope you take his class.
Thank you, David. I can tell you that all the students shot really well during this thing. I can tell you that some had sucked it in a little bit more than others and became more accurate really fast. We were able to educate these guys to a point. I love this stuff. I started my YouTube channel many years ago to motivate, educate, and entertain. And I want to support you through your accuracy journey. So, what I'm putting together for you is a sweet ass deal. And the only way can give it to you is when we sell these things in mass, because then I'm working with a bunch of people at one time. Obviously, being able to get all the stuff you're getting, you saw what the retail value was on it, and the ability to understand that you will become more accurate at the end of this. This is no bullshit thing. This is true. People got their accuracy. I didn't pay these guys to do these videos. I did ask for them. I did not ask for them to tell me what they were going to say. I wanted them to come off the cuff and be live. I wanted to make sure that I was able to work with these guys like Stefan and David and my local people. Yeah, obviously, I work with them all the time, but how do I help a person who is in Oklahoma or who is in Boston, Massachusetts, or who is in Ohio or California and work with their accuracy? A lot of people try to figure everything out, but I'm putting a special package together to get you become more accurate with a pistol. When you start identifying what's causing most of your inaccuracy, and it becomes down to a couple simple little fixes, or a little bit of grip change, or a little bit of driving with your chest versus driving with your back muscles, ladies. There's a lot of things you can do to be accurate, and that's what this whole thing's about. And the more students I have out there, and the more people I have, like these guys have recommended people to me already because they go to the range and all of a sudden their buddy says, "What the hell you been doing?" Well, I took this guy's class and he helped me out tremendously. And at that point in time, it just becomes easier for me. So here is the scanner, and you scan that button right there with your phone, and it's going to take you to the pay thing. It's $99.99 for the next 24 hours or so, maybe 36. If you want to sign up for it, we would love to have you. Now we're going to keep this up for a little bit. All in the descriptions below, there'll be links to our website to allow you to sign up. So what do you actually need to do is you need to save your spot for the 31st. There's 20 spots there. we are actually turning this on live right now to get those spots open for you. If you have the opportunity to purchase that spot, that is your spot. Now, once we get to 20, we have to shut it down because I cannot. I I I, I don't want to oversell myself, if that makes sense, because I do have a Monday night beta class. I do have a Tuesday night live like this we're doing every week. I do have a lot of things I do during the week. Wednesday night is concealed carry night, on and on and on. And I have to save room for calls back to people and everything else like that. So we're going to really, really keep it down to 20, but we're going to probably issue this thing every other month or so to get me through the system. So I hope you make a decision. I hope you decide to work with us. I would love to have you guys work with us. I would love to get more support and more big videos like these to be able to even let more and more people know. Accuracy is not difficult, guys. It is not. It's just a little. There's a lot of little things you got to figure out first, and the more we can figure out the stuff that's causing the inaccuracy, the more accurate you'll be with a weapon. Let's go to the comments and see what we have here. All right. Let's go all the way up. Boom, 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 boom. Well, thank you for being here tonight, guys. We're open for questions if you have any. Testron Miller, thank you. Hey, everyone. Appreciate you being here. And Galvin24, thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Native American, hi, John and the family. Thank you. Frank Perez, thank you from San Antonio, Texas. It was cold here this morning. Was it cold there in Texas there, Frank? Mm-hmm. Frank says, when at the range, should I be practicing a self-defense? It's according to what kind of pistol you have, really, Frank. If you use those little pocket pistols like people carry, I actually use that at 3 to 5 yards. I put an 8-inch paper plate up. I try to use no sights at all when I'm using that. I try to use the back of the pistol and use it as a sighting system. I carry a little Diamondback 9 in my pocket, and I just look at the back of the slide frame and use that as the sighting system. And I keep the rounds all in the 8-inch paper plate. I'm pretty solid at that point in time. Great question, Frank. Great question. Oh, Rob Bomber, a Tempest, Michigan, ex-Panama City boy back in the mid-'80s. Father was in the Air Force. Tyndall. Very cool. Nice, Rob Bomber. Glad you're here, pal. And then, sorry, but I hope everything. Oh, he says it's. How sorry I take a call from Pops in the hospital. He's fighting. Going to be 80. He shoots my Ruger SR-22 in camping. Very cool. Well, guys, I hope I didn't bore you tonight with this. It is my passion. I want to keep this thing going. I thought it was fun. The beta group decided to do it, and it was one of those things where it gives you the ability to work with me exclusively and be able to be where you can't come to me and be, people say that on YouTube all the time. I wish you were here. Well, you don't have to wish it anymore. I am here. All you got to do is get something here. And with it being you guys who sit and listen to this thing, it is a info commercial. I understand it. But how do I sell it? How do I tell it to you? How do you understand it without me doing what I had to do here tonight? So I will tell you, as I always say every week, God bless, be safe, and remember, you are your first line defense. If you have any comments or questions or anything about this, you can always email us through our emails, John at firearmstraining Firearms Training by JohnGJohnson.com. John at Firearms Training by JohnGJohnson.com. Until next time, God bless.